Multiprocessor system. This afternoon we will learn chapter 8. When we use our computer, we want our computer run faster. Yes, run faster, and then we can get. And then this computer will give us a short response time. That we will get the result quickly if the computer runs fast. Okay, so one way is to improve some basic hardware techniques. For example, the chips. Because we want our computer to run faster. But a problem is that we know that when a circuit is being used, it will emit energy. Yes, energy emission. Okay, so when our computer runs faster, it means that more energy will be emitted. Okay, so this is why there is a fan in our computer. Okay, because the circuit will send energies. Okay, so we must use a fan in our computer. I just want to see that we want our computer to run faster, but meanwhile, this computer will emit more energy. So there is a contradiction. Then how to solve the problem? It means that we want to get a quick response, but we also wanted the computer to emit this energy. How to solve the problem?
If you maybe two or more processor.
Yes, maybe
because voltage is same.
Yes, from the title of this chapter, we can get that one way is to use multiple processor. There is a simple example. You want to move items from one place to another place, and you want to finish the task in a shorter time. Okay, it means that when you move the items, you have to run faster. Yes, yes, because you want to move the items from one place to another place, if you want to finish the task in a short time, that means you have to run fast. Okay. But another way is that you may ask a classmate to help you. Yes. It means, for example, 2 people or 3 persons. Okay. And these 3 persons remove the items from one place to another place. Maybe you don't have to run really fast. And also, the items will be moved in a short time. Okay, so this is the idea about multiple processor. Because so many persons take a part in moving items, and you will not feel so tired, okay? Because you have only to move a part of these items. So there are 3 types, 3 structures about multiple processor systems focused on figure A. each rectangle represent a CPU. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 CPU. We also see that 12 processors. Okay, and these 12 processors share the memory. The same memory is used by all 12 processors. Okay, but in the second figure, we will find that each processor has its own memory. Okay. Return back to the first figure. Because these processors share the memory, so it is easy to get the information. Because they use the same memory. But meanwhile, it requires more response time because you have to fetch the information from the shared memory. But in the second figure, we just fetch the information from my own memory. So we can use the response time, but it will be more complicated for communication. For example, the first processor want to get some data from this processor. Okay, so there must be communication. Okay, so we just use interconnect, use this chip for communication between among multiple processes. Okay. The third one, each CPU, each processor also has its main memory. In fact, it has its own complete system. For example, you have your CPU and your operating system, and I have my operating system and my CPU, and how to communication between I and you. We just use internet. Yes. For example, the popular big data analyzing system, I think Spark, is based on such a structure. Yes. We just use internet to collect different computers at different areas. Okay. So it is a wide area distributed system. Okay, this figure is about the CPU, how this CPU get information. In figure A, two CPU share the memory. Okay. Just share the memory, and we use a bus to collect the CPU and the memory. Okay. If a CPU want to get data from the memory, this CPU just send the address.
Address by bus.
Send the address about the memory, yes, into the bus. The address is the location in the memory, yes. In this figure, a CPU just read a word in the memory. We have learned just about the main memory in previous lessons. Okay, just read a word. In figure B, we can see that each CPU has its own cache. Cache is also used to store information, a kind of memory. Okay, so if a CPU wants to get data from the memory, it will first check its own cache. Okay, if this data get it. Yes. On the contrary, if the data is not in its own cache, this CPU has to fetch the data from the memory. Fetch the data from the memory to cache. Okay? From memory to cache. The difference is that when CPU wants to read the data from cache, it just read a block, not a word. Okay? In figure A, just a word in the memory, but in figure B, a block containing this word. Okay? So it means that instead of a word, just a block of words I read them. Okay? Just read this block into the cache. Or we also say that this is the cache line. AOINE, cache line, a block. Okay. Word, just read a word. Here, just read a block. Okay. In figure C, each CPU has a cache as well as private memory. So memory can store more information, more data. Okay. This is about a hardware, UMA multiprocessors. UMA means uniform memory access. This column represents a set of CPU, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 CPU. And this row represent a set of memories. Okay? Also, 8 memory. So, because there are multiple CPU, and each CPU may want to fetch data from any memory. Maybe the first one, maybe the last one. We can see that we just use 9 to collect different memory and different CPU. Yes. So we can see that in the cross, in fact there is a cross-point switch. We just use this switch to control whether a CPU to read data from a memory. This switch can be open or closed. Okay. For example, if the CPU 001 wants to read data from memory 110, we just use this cross-point switch, yes. And this switch should be open. Okay. Open means that they are connected.
CPU can read from the memory.
Yes, read from the memory. Okay, that's great. On the contrary, we can see that this cross-point switch is closed. Yes, a shaded circle. So the CPU 101 can't read the data from memory 101. Yes, because they are not connected. Okay. So this figure shows the UMA, how to control the connection between multiple CPU and multiple memories. Just use switch. I think it's a simple idea. Okay. structure is shown in this figure. It is shown in this figure, and there is a switch. Okay, this switch determines an input from an input and find an output. So we can see that this is a function. Yes, this is a function. A and B are input lines. X and Y are output lines, and then this switch must become if a signal from line A we select the output X or output Y. Yes, according to the signal. Okay, it means that this switch will get a signal, and according to this signal, this switch determines the output line, which is noise. So we can imagine, in fact, this one is also a switch. Yes, also a switch, just like this one, but it is more complex. Yes, because there are more input line and more output line. In this figure, a switch just have this switch, one input line, one output line. Yes, one input line, one output line. So it is simple, but now it is complex because more input lines and more output lines, according to the signal, to determine which outline to select. Okay? Okay, I think you can turn to this figure as shown in the PowerPoint. Okay, turn your book. Chapter which? Yes. I think you can first read the example about this example. What does it mean? How to get the destination according to the signal. to get the destination memory. Maybe you can tell me, for example, from this CPU 011 and want to get information from memory 11 then how to arrive at memory 11 then tell me the rule.
There I found that the CPU,
which CPU?
like 001.
Okay, 001. Okay,
Yeah.
beginning from here.
Begin
And then
from
the destination is
memory 001.
destination is 001. Okay. There is only one line, so we get here because only one line. We get this with 1B, and the signal is the destination memory. So the signal is 001. Okay, we just use the destination as the signal. Okay, so the switch 1B get the signal 001, yes? And how to choose the output line? Maybe I can make a quotation. I can make here. 001. This is the destination, yes?
Yeah.
So we just use this destination as the signal.
Then 2C.
Why choose this one? Choose this output line? We can see that for switch 1B there are 2 input lines and 2 output lines. Okay, so you have to choose one of the output line. Why choose this one? Why choose this one? It means from this signal, what's the rule about the selection of the output line from this signal? Because the switch only gets the signal line. So which output line to select depends on the signal, yes? It means we have to find some rules about the selection and the signal, yes?
I found that their connection is like if like in the CPU 001 from 1 bit.
There is only one output line, so must get it here.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Next one is 2C.
Why? Why 2C, not 2D? Focus on these singulars.
Yeah.
These singulars has 3 bits, yes? 3 bits.
Yeah.
So each switch only handle 1 bit.
Yeah.
1 bit handle the first bit is 0. Okay? Now 0 and choose 2C. And now, because the first bit has been handled, so now we got here is 2, 1, yes?
Okay.
And here is
there only 1.
yes, there is only 1. So we can find that this switch handles 0. This switch handles 0, okay? And the last one handles 1. 0, 0, 1. Maybe you can find that you can find the rules. This is used to and 0, this is the handle 0, this is 1, okay? 0, 0, 1. And 2 output line, 2 output line, 2 output line.
Yeah.
So maybe the top one, maybe the down output line. Top one, down 1. You will find that when the singular is 0, just to choose the top one. Yes, 0, top 1. On the contrary, if the singular is 1, just choose the down 1. Okay, so this is why we get to 2C, get to 3A, and then to this line, and get to 0, 0, 1.
Okay, understood.
Yes, this is the rules. So we just use this example. The CPU is 0, 1, 1, and the destination is 1, 1, 0. So we just use 1, 1, 0 as the singular. Output line get here handles which bit?
The upper one, 0.
Which one? Tell me.
0, 1, 1, right?
No. The destination.
Destination is 0.
Destination is 1, 1, 0. The ending point. Just use the ending point as the singular. This is 1, 1, 0. Okay. We just starting from here and we choose the path according to the destination. So we use the destination as the signal.
Yeah.
Now this is why 0, 0, 1, because the destination is 0, 0, 1.
But they are 0, 1, 1.
0, 1, 1 is the starting point.
Yeah.
Okay. You use this thing. Now we standing at here. You want to go to some place else, and you find the path according to the destination, not start here. Okay. So we just use the destination as the signal. The signal is 1, 1, 0, not 0, 1, 1. Okay. 1, 1, 0. So just tell me the signal, the bit here. Which bit?
Zero.
No. Maybe you can review this is the example. Why there is 0, there is 0, there is 1? Is 0, 0, 1, okay?
Yeah.
3 bits. So the first switch just handle the first bit. The first bit is 0. This switch is to handle the second bit. The second bit is also 0.
Yeah.
And this switch is to handle the third bit is 1. Okay, so tell me, this is which bit? What bit? Okay, it doesn't matter. Maybe we can have a race. Okay.
Okay, I have one question.
That this is 1, 1, 0. Okay. When we get data from the memory 1, 1, 0, and we should return back. Yes. Just return back from here to 0, 1, 1. Yes. Because we have learned that this is 1, 1, 0. So when we return back it's just along the path, yes? Okay, yes. From this figure, you will find that you can, from any CPU to any memory, yes, by control the switch. That is in fact just use the destination as the signal. You can from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, yes. From 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, because this is 1, 1, 1. Just the first bit is 1, so down line, okay, now here, down line, okay, also 1, yes, down line, and get it to 1, 1, 1. From 0, 0 CPU to 1, 1, 1 memory. You will find that from any CPU you can get it to any memory, yes.
It's will in the exam?
No.
আমাদের সম্পর্কে মাথায় দিব
Okay, now we know time sharing. This means there are multiple CPU, okay, multiple CPU and multiple processes. We just allocate which CPU to handle which process in different time steps, okay, because the time goes on. How many CPU?
16.
Yes, 16 CPU and ABC and so on until M means processes. We just divide the processes according to their priority. Okay, for example, this is the highest priority. Contains the processes A, B, C, the same priority. This one is the sixth priority. Contains processes D and E. They have the data. Okay, it means ABC is important. Processes A, B, and C are more important than D and E and F and so on. Okay, they have the more important. In this example, the fourth CPU, this one, is idle. So we have to, because it is idle, so we have to allocate a process to this CPU. Yes. Okay. So many processes. We just select a process from the highest priority. It means that maybe we select process A, maybe B, maybe C. Yes. And we can see that A is the first. Four processes in the same priority, we order them. First come, first served. So process A is first. So we just allocate process A to CPU 4. Yes. So we can see that CPU 4 handles process A. Okay. Now next one, maybe now process B is also idle. So we just process CPU 12 is also idle. So we have to allocate the next one. So the next one is B. Yes. We will handle that now. CPU 12 just handles process B. So and go on. So many CPU, so many processes. We just order these processes. First, divided them according to priority, and then order the processes in the same priority according to their coming time. Okay, so there is the order effect. Yes. If CPU is idle, we just allocate the first one in the order to this CPU. Okay, and so on. So there are so many CPUs, and each one can handle a process, multiple processors. Okay, so we can shorten the response time. We just use a different idea. We divide the CPUs into multiple partitions. The first partition, second partition, third, and the last. We can see that the first partition contains 8 CPUs. Yes. This one contains 6 CPUs, and this one contains only 2. Yes. And this one contains 12 for CPU. So the idea is that we know that a process is composed of multiple threads. Yes, process threads. Okay. So if we want to finish this process quickly, and we can use multiple CPU to handle its thread. Yes. For example, a process requires 8 threads. Okay. So we can allocate each CPU for each thread. Yes. Do you remember that the thread can share information? Yes. But the thread but the process can share information. Okay. So we use this 8 CPU to handle 8 threads of the process. Okay. For example, in this figure, these two processes are not assigned. Yes. And there is a process composed of 3 threads. But now we only have 2 CPU. 3 threads, but 2 CPU. It is not enough, yes. So we just wait for a new CPU is idle. Then we got 3 CPUs, and we allocate these 3 CPUs for 3 threads. Okay? Okay, just turn your book to this page about gun scheduling. That's your book, okay? First, you can read the content about this figure. Which page? Can you hear me?
540.
Okay. Read this example about this figure, okay? Yes, this figure about gun scheduling.
কাজ শুরু করবে একসাথে শেষ করবে, বুঝছেন? একসাথে স্টার্ট করবে একসাথে এন্ড করবে, কোনো একটা যদি বন্ধ হয়ে যায় তাহলে সবগুলাই বন্ধ হয়ে যাবে।
এটা কই পেলে তুমি?
এটা ডিফারেন্ট টাইম সিরিজে টাইম শেয়ার করবে, বুঝছেন? মানে কাজ করবে একই, ঠিক আছে, কিন্তু টাইম একদম এক টাইম সৃষ্টি করবে, মানে বুঝছেন? মানে সবাই কাজ করবে, সবাই মারামারি করবে, সবাই কিন্তু কেউ হাত ভাঙতে কেউ মাথা ভাঙতে কেউ পারবে না, লাইক মানে গ্যাংয়ের মতো কেউ সবাই করবে, কেউ একসাথে করবো না, সবাই করবে, সবাই কাজ করবে, কিন্তু একসাথে করবে।
Let's return back to this example. In this example, there are two CPU, yes? CPU 0, CPU 1, and two processes, process A and process B. Each process contains two, yes, two threads. For example, process A contains A0 and A1. Maybe we can recall back how a CPU conducts multiple threads. Just divide the timestamp into multiple parts. One part for a thread, and then next part for another thread, and so on. Round robin, yes. For example, CPU 0 handles two processes, two threads, A0, B0. First A0, then B0, and then go on A0, B0, A0, B0. Round robin, yes. The same for CPU 1. Two threads, E1, A1, E1, A1, E1, A1, and so on. And the difference is that because the process these two threads, the shaded one comes from process A, it has to communicate. Okay, share some information. For example, A0 sends a request to A1, and A1 sends a reply. But we should mention that there is a delay. For example, when thread A0 sends a request, A1 doesn't immediately receive the request. There is a delay. It will come sometime. Yes, that means sometime later. Thread A1 will receive the request. Yes, then A1 just send a reply. Also, there is a delay. There is also a delay. So sometime later, A0 will get the reply. Okay, because different CPU, the information. One thread is runs on CPU 0. Another thread runs on CPU 1. Yes, there is delay. So when we arrange these threads, we should focus on the delays. So you can see that at the timestamp there no CPU, there no run on this thread, and the CPU 1 just runs B1. Okay, and we will focus that the thread A1 will begins to run at the timestamp 100, not A1 B1, but B1 A1. Okay, because if we first run A1 and then B1, when the CPU receives the request, but A1 is blocked, yes, because the time has gone. We just allocate 1000 timestamp for one thread, yes. So the order must be B1 A1, not A1 B1. Okay, there is a delay. Some definition about gun scheduling. Groups of related threads are scheduled as a unit, a gun. We just call it a gun. All members of a gun run at once on different multiple time shared CPU. This means multiple CPU run the members of a gun at the same time. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can see that 6 CPU from 0 to 5. There are total 6 CPU, and there are the time slot divided. There are 8 time slots. At the time slot 0, we can see that these 6 CPUs run threads of process A. Yes, because it comes from the same process.
Yeah.
We just run these threads at the same time. We divided it into the same group. Okay, so at the time slot 1, these 6 CPUs run thread from B and thread from process C. Because there are only 3 threads from process B, so a lot of CPUs can be allocated for threads from other processes. So while there are process B, process C, because each one only has 3 threads, okay, and so on. We can see that at the time stop 4, we just return back run ready. Yes, same for time slot 0, okay, for threads in process A, and so on. Okay. Okay, that's all for this lesson. Next week, just coming into this classroom, okay?